So, we are back, and it has been quite a bit. So, I think you can tell right off the bat, there is a lot of work that has gone into this. I haven't recorded as many progress clips, but this tower is actually almost done. And that really excites me because I can show it off to you. Now, I'm not quite done. My goal is to finish what's up top all the way up there, and I'll probably might do a little bit around here. And then I'm probably going to take a little break from the server because there's an animation I want to get started on. Although I might wait until after the convention I'm going to. That's in 2 weeks. But besides that, I've been meaning to get to work on it soon. And so this Western Water stuff is kind of my last thing I'm going to be working on for now. So when it comes to George, he's kind of just going to finish up Project Moon, and my goal is to kind of just work on other things in the background. Like, I'm going to be handling a bunch of other stuff in the meantime. He can take all the time he needs, even if he blows past Project Moon's birthday. It's not a big deal, but just the fact that he's willing to put in all this effort, it really means a lot, and I'm going to make the most of the time I have away from Project Moon to wrap up some of these other projects I've been meaning to finish up, not just over the season, but just in general. Like, I built this tower in 2019 or 2020, and I'm only now getting around to doing the interior, and it's something I've been wanting to work on for a very long time. So, as you can tell, very Project Moon style open doorway. I don't remember if I showed that off last time, but this is the lobby that we're kind of looking at. So, obviously you come in here, and there's a little line, and this is where the reception is. We got Caretaker of Moon banners. And I try to make a waiting area with a lot of flowers. A fireplace, which there isn't really a chimney for, but I really like the idea, and I think I really nailed it. And then we just have a little tree over here in the water. I needed something to put here, and I thought that was a very, nature focused, nice way to do things. So here is the elevator, which will take us to every single floor. And I guess I might as well show this off first. Well, actually, no. Let's just go back to the bottom and just go from the bottom up. So that was the lobby. Here's the second floor. This is the creme de la creme, which is the restaurant slash winery slash bar that is kept here inside this facility for attendees. This obviously, you come in, get here, all right, well, where you want to sit, come take your seat. We got a giant TV with Christmas tree Flippe for some reason. I guess he's the popular show. And we got a whole little bar area over here with some kegs, some shelving, and a private window specifically to the private dining room, which is right over here. So say they're wanting, their own drinks, they get their own little privacy for the bartender. And then if we head over here, we have the kitchen, which I didn't put any levers, but you can see in there. It's kind of where the fridge is supposed to be. And, I'm kind of proud of this. I've worked in a real kitchen, so clean, rinse, sanitize. Got the full 3-step process. We now have what might be called the laziest room, despite its, custom floor and ceiling. This is supposed to be the open space, which is normally where, if there was an event, this is where it would be hosted. So, of course, we have a bunch of stacked chairs, tables that are kind of just, put all the way over together, and just some chests for storage and whatnot. And primarily, I guess it also serves as a good lookout point, but it's just supposed to be if there was an event being hosted here, this is where they would set it up. So I don't know if I'll actually ever host an event here, but I might consider it. I guess it depends. Now we're going to start with the offices, which all kind of have the same style, but none of them are copy-pasted, and they all have something a little different. So this is the partner relations. So this is pretty much all the restaurants, bars across Freedonia that are linked together, partnered, or owned by Western Waters have a representative here. And if they need help, they want to come in and talk about something, this is where that'll happen. So this floor was very much thought to be kind of like a casual, there's going to be people sitting down here, they're going to want to talk. And so we have the Harbor Associate, Flanc Cabaret, Creme de la Creme, Jessica's Cafe, and Varua Sawmill, who are all the current, all currently the existing partners. And of course, as I add more names will be added and filled out to all these seats, meaning I can probably have a total of, I guess, 12. But now I have the logistics offices, which is essentially for the distribution side of the company. So like all the ships, that's why it's called Western Waters, because it's a winery, but it's also a distribution network. And so to start things off, besides the chair here, I decided to build a stone boat. Tables over here. And in the center here, all the people here are based on regions of the ocean. So we have the Narrows region, Lunar Lake, North Expanse, the Deep South, the X Corridor, and the Home Front. So to kind of give you a better idea of what exactly I mean by that, into the wiki pages, I guess I might as well show some of those off. So here's the Western Waters, and right here, this is the map. So you can see all the main locations, including the winery, but we'll get to that. But we have the Northern Expanse up here, Lunar Lake, the Narrows, Home Front, Corridor, and the Deep South, and all of them have reasons for their names. And, you can come here and learn about all the different fleets. That image still isn't updating, and I don't know why. Maybe I have to clear my cache or something. Now we're up to the Vinters offices, which is the last fully completed room. Okay, mostly fully completed. I haven't lit it up yet. Other than that, fully completed. A Vinter is pretty much like a wine merchant, but in this case, they're kind of like the beverageers of Western Waters. These are the guys who, like the chemists who come in and we're like, all right, we want to make new, fascinating, tasty kinds of wine and other alcoholic drinks. And so, right in the middle here, all wine researchers. These four guys are the head honchos when it comes to researching the wine, the main bread and butter. And then on this side, we have some mixologists who are based on mixing different drinks, what cocktails work, going from there. And of course, we have a whiskey and a vodka. The only thing I feel like I'm missing is like a beer person. But I guess maybe that's not really what Western Waters was into. And here we have kind of brewing stations, because I thought that was sort of fitting the theme in the place of extra offices, because these are kind of like an elite couple of people. These are not, there's not as many people at this level of the company, and we even have a little farm in here if they need fresh ingredients to try and test things. And so that is the last of the main levels, of the completed levels, but I want to come up here and show you. This one's going to be kind of similar, but definitely the most different compared to the other offices. And this is the executive offices, so there's probably only going to be 4 or something up here. And just a lot of scenery, which of course has a giant moon logo as the ceiling. I swear, that logo is going to be all over by the server by the time I end up quitting, and if that even ever happens. And I don't know if I've talked about this, but the idea here is I want some grassy, nature areas on the edge, but it's essentially going to be a giant round table. Hell, if I'm feeling edgy enough, I might even make a moon logo inside of it. And the second to last floor is the staff lounge. So this is just going to kind of be I'm thinking about putting a fountain in the middle here, and there's just going to be maybe some pool tables, TV. It's kind of like the chill room. And finally, we have my penthouse, which is, I mean, I must be I wouldn't say I'm a narcissist, but I have a weird obsession with this logo. And I think having a bedroom that is literally 4 of them plus a round version at the top, I don't think it gets any more straight than this. So obviously this is I think I've talked about this before. I want to do sort of an atrium design where I'm going to have a bottom floor, but I'm also going to have upper floors, but they're not going to be pushed up against the glass. Instead, I'm going to have kind of a staircase that goes up like this, and then maybe another one that's got a ringer, like a ring floor, maybe with support pillars coming down. I haven't totally decided yet, but I have a lot of really cool ideas. And I think it's going to be a very open, very, again, atrium-styled building. And I'm really excited because it's I think it's going to look cool by the time I'm done with it. Putting all that aside, there is one last thing to show off, and that is over here. So I have scouted out, and I have claimed 2 islands. Like, I wanted to look around because one of the problems is I don't actually have the winery or distribution center built for the company, and I've been waiting because I'm like, oh god, I'm gonna have to find like the perfect land masses for it. It's got to be somewhere in the Western Ocean, and I don't want it to be like near any other major settlements or anything. So I came across these 2 very rural islands that are basically perfectly located, and they're in the region known as the home front, hence how it got its name. And they are just the perfect size and in perfect proximity for each other. Now, there are 2 sad things about this. One is the first island is completely full of wolves, and considering I'm going to terraform the hell out of this place, they're going to have to be moved. They're going to have to go. So what I'll probably end up doing is taming a few myself, parking them around in places in the server that are mine, and then I'll probably invite other people to come and tame some because I don't want to kill them. Like, I refuse. But this island right here is going to be where the winery is, and I haven't totally planned out like pretty much anything yet, but I know it's going to cover the main island, and then we'll probably have a bottling plant somewhere off to the side. The sad part about these is that these are flower islands, like a flower biome, sunflower plains, and there's a lot of flowers here, like a lot. And it sucks because it's beautiful. This is completely natural, by the way. This is so many fucking flowers. Like, there's just so many here. It's a staggering. So I'm going to have a lot of flowers by the time I'm done with this in storage. But I'm also thinking, I should probably make a flower farm here. I think that'd be a good idea. So I'll probably build a flower farm somewhere maybe down here on the end. Maybe on this island if I decide to go over there. But this island, I'm pretty much going to be tearing up most of it. Or, well, giving a terraform job. Think about how I did with the archipelago. Which, come to think of it, how big are these islands compared to the... Oh my god, these islands are huge compared to the archipelago. These are going to be some big projects. But essentially, I'm going to build a harbor on this side and a harbor on this side. And this is going to be where all the ships are. And I might build a bridge here, or I might just build another like small harbor here with a little ferry that would travel between the islands. I kind of like that idea. Okay, so guys, it's not completely done yet, but I have a lot of the infrastructure done. Not exactly any of the furnishings, but this is what I'm looking at. So I've received some feedback from this, but it's starting to grow on me a lot. So I'm going to be doing things with the inside of these. I'm thinking about like making like a little forge here for like weapons, tools, armors and stuff, because this is effectively another one of my mini bases. And so I'm going to treat it like that. It is very much my penthouse, but it's also a mini base. So this is just the first floor. Obviously, all of these are staircases. And then you can go up to the second level, which is supported from below and hung by these giant things. I had a very ambitious shape for this, and I think I managed to pull it off pretty well. And so as you can see, the supports then continue to go upwards to the second level, which are also held up by these supports. So it's a very interesting 3-story system. I kind of wanted to design a system where I could have multiple stories without having like walls clearly pinged against the wall, and I thought kind of having this like suspended but also supported design, which probably will anger Dread to some degree, but I think it's a very unique and cool looking design, and it definitely was a lot of work to sort out, but I think it's really coming together. So I haven't figured out how I'm going to be doing everything yet, but down here is going to be kind of like the workshop, I think. The second floor is probably going to be, I probably won't have my bed and stuff up here. This will probably be more like living area. And then I'll have like a kitchenette here, whatever. And then at the top is where it's probably going to be like my personal quarters. Like I'll have my bed, I'll have a wardrobe, I'll have, sort of all that stuff up here. I haven't totally decided what everything is going to be to furnish the place, but I'll do what I can to make sure I make it pretty fair. And I really do love just the complete like glass like walls and ceiling. Like you're up this high and you can just see the night sky. I'm a huge fan of this. You can definitely see it, and I'm happy that it's not pressed up against the glass. I'm hoping it'll look better once all the stuff inside and it's all lit up and stuff, kind of like all of this. But as for right now, I'm really proud with how it's coming along. So, any of you who don't follow my other channel, I'm going to a convention, but with travel and everything included, it's going to be about 2 weeks. So it's going to be a while before I'm on the server again, and before I have another video for you guys. So as much as I wanted to get the furnishings done here before I go, realistically, I think I'd rather just wait that, and I don't know if I have the time, but just to give you kind of a one last look of where everything is. I am absolutely proud of all the work I've managed to fit into this place. And the kind of idea for these is these are going to be little forges for different tools or armors or whatever. I don't entirely know what I'm doing in the middle here. Or here, who knows, maybe during my extremely long travel I'll have some brainstorming ideas. But I know up here is probably going to be the bedroom and some of the other stuff I already talked about. But anyway, guys, that's going to be it for this video, and probably it for me for the next 2 weeks. Unless you're following my other channel. Then I'm going to have a lot of content when I get back. But until next time, guys, I absolutely am so excited. Project Moon is coming right along. I haven't shown it off, but all the houses are complete except for some glass windows I have to put in, but everything else as far as houses is complete. All that's left is the apartments, and I don't know if it's going to be done by the 6th anniversary, but if not, I will still be hosting some form of event. Probably not too big of scale, but definitely something to just celebrate how long this this project has endured, and just, I guess, me on the server in general. But anyway, guys, I will see you all next time, and have a wonderful day.